until then, even I said, she looks good, she looks good. No, she doesn't. And it's like they want to do it, move forward, and then they realize where they are and they get scared. And it's just her brain is shifting and she's torn between the curiosity of knowing us and, oh my God, I'm right near them. So she is a mixed bag, definitely.
Mixed bag.
Which is common. They're never one
She
clear.
reminds me so much of my cruiser.
Really?
Yeah.
She's very
Yeah.
pretty. She is very pretty. Yeah, you are. Good girl. So I just looked at her eyes. That was nice. She didn't do anything. Feel the peace? Yeah. She almost did it. That's a calming signal, sweetheart. So how have things been in general?
Good. I mean, we haven't really had a lot of opportunity to practice with someone else, but we'll take turns pretending to be strangers at the door.
Good. Good. Yeah, it's muscle memory. So even if it's you're still going to tell her when you see a figure in front of you, this is the scenario. And then when you start bringing different people, it works. And what we'll do is we'll go out and do it. The two of us will repeat this because she'll do it all over. It's just like a doorbell. Every time you ring it, they do it anyway. But what you should see is with repetition, the reactions will be shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter until it's minimal. And then she'll be like, I know what to do. And then you'll get more of that. So you may, for a while, have to restrain her. Or you can put her in the bedroom also and then walk her out. Maybe we'll do that the second time. Let's do
That's
that.
what we've tried before. That was like the one thing that sort of worked was, going forward until she had a complete meltdown and then stop.
Yeah.
And then when she calmed down, bring her further.
Okay. Because that can work a little bit more like a punishment, because if you aren't appropriate, you don't get to go. You don't get to check these people out. And you know she wants to. So you can turn around, take her back, settle her down, then she could go forward. So it's a very cause and effect. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having the two scenarios, because some people will not be able to do this. They just will not feel comfortable approaching the dog. Do you have a hold on her? Do you have a hold on her?
Yeah.
You just don't know. And you don't want some person just, all weird and
staring
scary.
at her like this.
They do. And even when you say look away, they go, what? And they can't do it. So you'll kind of judge it on the person, what's going to work. And you can stand up and put her here. You can take her away this way, and you can leave, you can try all of those, because the consistent thing is going to be moving her away and clicking and treating for attention on you. And that's going to be good. Okay. You want to do it again? Okay.
When you stand up, I'm gonna get
All right, so what do I want to do? Let's stay as we are. Repeat it just like you did for Peggy. I'm going to go in. Don't get up though. I'll ring it, hear her bark, and I'll let myself in.
Okay.
All right, that way we'll just be a little more under control. Okay. All right, and when I get up, she's going to go after me. I want to see you call her. Okay, I want to work on that too. Shut this off. Drain my battery. You know what they need? They need like an extra battery
Yes,
that you attach.
they do. I
They have
agree.
one? Or
No,
they need one?
They need one.
For people who use a lot of battery.
Yeah.
Just be like a
portable charging
battery
thing
booster.
was. You charge it and then
So you're bounced. That's fear. Yeah.
Hopefully I got that though. Hopefully it's recording.
Okay, good. So we can
Yeah,
slow that down
hopefully.
and figure out.
Hopefully.
Some of it could just be minute movements that she's definitely like a person on edge, so if we flick an eyeball, that could be enough to make her do that.
Yeah.
And we may never get to the bottom of it. It's just, who knows. But the nice thing is how she shifts
Yeah.
very quickly
Yeah.
back to normal, which is great. Good bounce back. Okay, so don't worry what she does to me. I'm not going in the kitchen. She doesn't like that.
Kaya. 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 Come. Come. There you go.
She short when I, you see her almost run into me, because I felt her like right there.
Kaya. Come.
Very nice.
Kaya, it's right there.
Second person's gonna do. I know.
Get it. Kaya. Sit. Kaya. Kaya. Come. There you go. There you go.
You got a leash?
Nope. Now I do. Okay.
You're good.
I can tell where's the bark. Much less intensity, for sure. Shifted her focus.
Good. Good job. Good job.
She came with her head low, you see that?
Mhm.
It usually means they want to sniff, but she's coming too intensely to let her. Good.
Coming up like an arrow.
That was much better. So a lot of people think that you got to do this with somebody new all the time. It's actually more therapeutic if you get the same person and do it 10 times with the same person. Because then when it actually ends, you may have a time where she doesn't bark at all because she's like, oh, it's him again. Oh. And then it really settles in. Plus you have 10 repetitions in a very short time, whereas if you had a guest once a month, it's not going to make any difference. So something like that, like if you could have a nice friend come over and spend an hour, which she'll be exhausted and she'll be full of chicken. But you would see a dramatic effect each and every time, and you could even count the barks, and you would see a dramatic difference. So that's one way to handle that. Good girl. All right, so drop that leash. I still want to have her, see what kind of choices she makes. So when she comes over this time, let her sniff for like 1-2 seconds and then call her back if she does it. All right, so we don't want to kind of let her be good and then get bad again. You know what I mean? Just have her sniff, call her away, and that way she never kind of practices that crazy.
Never gets to the.
Oh
The
my
longer
God,
she
you
stays
blinked.
over
Come.
there.
You yes it and feed it, okay?
Yes. Kaya.
Or click it, sorry. So let's do that again. Come. It's okay, she's confused, but this is a game you can play with people that you trust. Come on, girl. Come here. Ready? When she touches. It's going to take her a few because it's kind of like, well, the person I'm touching isn't doing it. So she has to come near Peggy and touch me to do it. Come. You see the reluctance. That's how you know what's happening. You know what I mean? It's like she does shift from fear to assertiveness, but it's like, come here, pumpkin. Come on. Mommy, no. You see it? Yeah. But that's what you actually want, because if she's so clingy to you and dependent on you, you have more control over her in the long run. Okay? But I want you to
She
come
wants
over.
to.
Yeah.
Did you see her just
She
now?
does.
She's like,
Good girl. Good. Come. And walking backwards, they almost only do it if they're moving around furniture or scared. I mean, they really, it's very telltale. We see what's going on, Kaya. Come on. Come on. Isn't that funny?
She's so scary. What do I do?
Who's scared now? Try to scare me when I come in. Make you touch my hand. Come on. So this is something you can practice. Usually you get the first one because they sort of autopilot and then they realize like, oh, that was creepy. But this is something you practice with family members or good friends that are willing to do this. And if when you practice this a lot with her, and she knows what it means. So you can start to say, just go touch them and come back, touch them and come back. It gives her something to do rather than allowing her to make choices about what she's going to do to that person. And then it also gives your guests a way to interact with her without doing the wrong thing, right? I'm going to move around again and see if she'll do just a couple. Just a couple. Come.
Doesn't know where.
Well, it's
What Peggy's
confusing to
gonna
be
do.
clipped and go back for a treat. It's a completely different scenario, but I'm not a big fan of having other people feed dogs like this because they can make mistakes. A lot of times we think the dog wants interaction because they approach, they don't. And a lot of people can't feed without touching and.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put the other hand over her head or
Yeah.
something.
You want to be the ones she goes to for everything.